Hey everybody, Alex Smart here. We are here to talk about the Manhattan Beach Grand Prix, the 2017 edition. This is the 56th edition of this race. Been going for 56 years. It was a whole day of races. It was a big day, a lot of riders, a lot of races. It was super fun. Sherman and I were out there reporting. You can see some other fun interviews we did on this channel on a different video. But this video is all about the races. We're going to talk about the tactics, the techniques, the way the races went down, the results, interviews with the racers, and those kinds of things. So hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Who are you rooting for in this race?
Elijah Blake.
Are we rooting for anybody here? Who's your favorite?
Elijah.
You're the second person that said that.
Oh, yeah. Elijah.
Oh, all by himself is number 414. Rudy Escobar.
Here they come. This is it. The pack is all together. They've come back together. All right, here it comes. It's coming down to this. We got to look at that LaGrange up front. They're sprinting for it. They're going. It's going to the end. Oh!
Unofficially, it looked like 429. Brian Uno Torona, the Race Clean Cycling Team.
Why did he look? I think he was looking. Why did
That's unofficial. My shirt is not blue. In fact, it's bright yellow.
He's ready to do this.
As soon as I get confirmation.
He got second place by being a little distracted at the very end.
I think possibly what he was doing, you were pretty upset he was looking at you. I think possibly he was looking for some moral support. What do you think?
I think he was looking to see how much he had won by, but he didn't realize that he was about to lose by inches.
We've got his coach right here. He's gonna have some words with him later. But I spoke to your posse over there. They were pumping you up on the last when there was one lap to go. Tell me how you feel.
I'm feeling good now. Got second place. Wish I would have did a little better, but the group jumped with about 400 to go, and I had to stay on the front wheel and died with about 25 meters to go. But I'm happy with my result.
That's good. So there was one of your boys on the sideline was saying that you looked at him. And I told him you were looking for moral support, but what was going on there?
I was looking to see what was going on because my legs were giving out on me. So I was seeing if anybody was coming around me, and lo and behold, the guy came around me. So
there's always a critic on the sideline, right?
Always a peanut gallery. I've raced about 5 years in this race. This is my best result at second, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Wish I would have got the win, but we'll take second.
That's excellent. Excellent. Well, you sound like a team player, and I'm happy for your second place. Congratulations. Don't let your guys give you a hard time.
Thank you, man.
All right, bye-bye. So I was out here with some LaGrange folks, and they were kind of rooting against you. They were rooting for their guy Elijah, who I guess you just beat up. Tell us about
Elijah
that.
got second. Me and Elijah race together all the time, so I kind of know, mark his moves, jump when he jumps, and we have a little comfortable rivalry going on.
So give me the breakdown of like how it went down those last 200 meters or so. What was the strategy? How did you know you were going to pull it off? When did you know?
I didn't know. It was actually really close. So I just kept driving and just pulled him at the line. So
no, you didn't. You just straight line. You didn't do any elbows out. I didn't see anything funny.
Nothing like that. I mean, we got close towards the end, but I held my line. So.
Okay, so now the juniors. To me, this was the most exciting race of the day because the juniors, it's only 15 to 18, so they have a short time to basically prove themselves before either they go to the pro ranks or they, get a day job and quit cycling. I don't know what happens, but it's a very exciting time. There was a lot of energy in the group, and we got a lot of good interviews with the juniors. There was one team in particular, SC Velo, that had a lot of riders. Basically, it seemed like almost half the field was them. So they really got to showcase their team tactics, and we're really going to break this down. I hope you enjoy this, so take a look at this.
Awesome. Oh, what are your guys' names?
I'm Garrison.
Garrison.
Ian.
Travis. Now, is this your first time racing?
No. We've
No.
been racing for 2 years now.
2 years.
Ask them if they can huddle together. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you guys. So I'm noticing that you guys are on T1 rubber. Have you guys ever used this kind of material before? It's pretty standard, I think, in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah? How do you feel about bamboo bicycles? Do you think that they would help you with your cycling? I mean, it would help with drift and help. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, bamboo is the best.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll get a bamboo anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
Cool. How long do you normally spend riding your bike nowhere?
About 1 hour a year because I hate the trainer.
Oh.
Excuse me, may I interview the future winner of this next race? Tell us your name and how you're going to win.
Kevin Cervantes.
Equipo, ¿bueno o no es útil?
No, sí es bueno. Sí, van a ayudar para que la carrera salga y para que al final yo esté bien colocado para el sprint.
Más fuerte de otros equipos.
Un corredor se llama Jules Williams.
Contador.
You guys know he's the champ from Mexico.
He's the champion from Mexico. Tell us, how long have you been following his career?
Racers, they're about to embark.
See how
on,
fast they move.
All right, here they are, and they're off. As you can see, they're slow to start, but they're quick to pull ahead from each other. And following in the rear is an official. Oh, look at that! Whoa!
There goes our guy.
That's our guy. No.
That's our team, not the guy, but.
Alec, what is happening right now? What's going on with the race?
With the team we were talking about, one of the guys was in front pushing the pace. He was breaking off. And what I think is happening is he's trying to wear down the pack so that his guy who's going to win that we talked to is in the pack resting. So basically he's making the teams work because if he goes off, they have to chase him. But they're doing all that extra work and their guy is resting in the pack.
How does someone who is racing rest?
So they basically, you save 30 to 40% of your energy by being in a peloton. So by him being in the front, he's expending all his energy. But again, that's pulling the pack. That's why you saw it starting to string out in the front. And he's tiring out the other teams. So the other guy literally is using a third less energy. So the strategies you'll also notice they had an echelon on the side, so they're protecting each other also. So the tactics are so important in this kind of race. And they have a strong team. They have a lot of riders in the race. So it's looking really good for them.
Actually, they're all in the back right now.
Yeah, but they're all together, though.
They're all together. But so even if they're all together, they can still pull ahead, or at least one of them can?
What's happening right now is that guy that was going out front was trying to push the pace, but he's not pushing enough. So there's two other teams in front right now that are trying to make their own break because they know the strong guys are in the back. So if they can split the field and they can get a break, then that guy is going to be in trouble. And possibly that 219 guy might have to go with the break just to cover. They call it cover the break. So that if it comes down to a sprint with the breakaway, at least their team can win. But what they're hoping is they're going to keep those guys reeled in so that at the end their guy can take the sprint.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into pushing these pedals. That's pretty amazing, actually. I had no idea.
All right, let's see what's developed in the last lap.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
So quick.
So 217, yeah, he's
amazing how fast he is.
Got two riders off the front. Coming in second place, put your hands together for Cyril Hunt.
Okay, so what happened now, I believe 219 was in the front last time, right? So now it's 217. So they sent another guy in front again to stretch out the pace, and the leader is still in the back. So they're throwing one guy after the other to try to tire everyone out.
It's so amazing how they're able to communicate like this. It almost feels like telepathy. Are you sure they're not just talking in their minds?
They are definitely talking in their minds. I'm sure a team like that works together and trains together, I'm sure they get the telepathy and they start to feel what's going on. It's like a swarm of bees, they all communicate.
A lot of cohesion. That's pretty awesome, actually. Hopefully they go out for team bonding nights and stuff, too. That might help. Maybe I should suggest that. Yeah.
So what I noticed is that guy that we were noticing was way up in front, the 217. He was still up front, but did you notice there were three other riders? I believe one of his teammates bridged up to him. So what they call it bridged up, when more riders leave and become part of the breakaway. What the other teams, if they even have teams or they're just individuals, they're like, crap, this guy's getting further and further ahead. So they attack the peloton and they try to bridge up. So now there's four guys up there. But the main team, the leader, is still in the main pack. So we don't know right now if that guy's feeling strong, if he wants to take it.
What is a peloton?
Oh, so peloton, I say it means big ball in French, but I don't think it does. But it's the group of cyclists. So there's the main peloton, the main pack, and then the breakaways are basically anything that comes off of that.
And a breakaway would be the guy who tries to get ahead of the pack or tries to come out ahead, win it, or overtake someone else.
Yeah, breakaway, it's a guy or multiple. We now have 5 in the breakaway, and I'm not sure which team it was that bridged up, but the gap is getting bigger, and there's only 6 laps to go, so it's possible this could be the winning break. It's a pretty small gap, and probably the peloton will catch up. But it'll be interesting to see. This team's very strong, and they're definitely controlling the race.
Looks like they're communicating with each other. There are 6 laps left. Cool, 6 laps left. This is a huge gap. Like, I could put my whole body in the gap. Like, I could just like do jumping jacks. I could put a pet turtle and have it cross before they get here. No offense to them.
55-second gap. 3 to go. 55-second gap last time. Let's see what it is now.
It's like shade.
A minute 10 to the 6-person break.
Oh, that was awesome! You could totally see them talking and touching each other. They were totally working together. That was so cool. And all 3 of them were at the head of that backpack. Backpack.
I noticed 203 was in the front of the peloton now. He might be having buyer's remorse about not following that break. Let's get a good spot for the end of this race.
Okay.
Yes. The second of the last lap.
1 to go. 5 riders.
So 217 is still with them. Let's go around with that lady. 217 is still with them. He was the rider initially in the break, and now we have 204 Ian, who is the son of the lady we met earlier. She is very excited about this, obviously. I think she's hoping to get a Kodak moment, if they still say that, of her son winning this race.
There's 203 trying to pick it up.
There's 203, the pre-race favorite. Has he been dropped? He's trying to bridge up.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. He's attacking his own teammate because of jealousy. We'll see what happens. Maybe you stand on this side of me so that you can...
Yeah, good call.
Here we go. This is the main field, I believe. So they look pretty relaxed. They know their day's done. But good work to SC Velo for holding this race down. Now we have the random pedestrians crossing. Does it look like there's a surfboard? They got like all kinds of stuff happening.
Getting ready for today's surf bike competition.
All right, so this is it. This is the last lap. The mama's getting ready with the photo op. She's gonna be hoping that 204 comes around. Ian, what's the last name again? Ian Chavez is the hopeful right now. He's the strongest one in the break. He's with the strongest team. They have about half the field is their team. So they did their job. And seeing the race director there, Greg Aiden, he's
mysterious man.
He's getting on the scene. He's getting.
I'll follow the strongest in the league right now.
Oh, I see. What number is he?
Oh gosh.
217.
17, I think. Yeah.
217 Oswald. Now, how do you feel about him taking the sprint over your son?
Over my son.
Okay, so here we go. So I guess Oswald 217, who actually was one of the ones in the early breaks, and then people bridged up. So here we go. Here
Yay,
comes the motorcycle.
go officer.
This is it. This is where it all comes down to. We are gonna see. Here they come. This is it. This is the fast sprint. We don't see him up front. He's gonna get second. Gonna get second. You know, after all that work, and here come minor places. We got 204. Good job, Ian. You know, that's the problem with being that early in a breakaway. 217 did a lot of work. He went out there early on and initiated the break, and then riders just kept bridging up. You know, ideally, they get far enough away to where other riders cannot bridge up. But that's the way it goes. Once you put all that energy to create a breakaway, and then the other riders basically rest in the peloton, and then they catch up. You know, that's probably why he was fresher. So we'll see. We'll see if we can talk to him.
And I don't know if the camera, those in the camera had caught that, but 202 on SC Velo had said once he crossed the finish line, I didn't know that was the last lap. Was it? It seems like mastering the art of knowing which lap it is just as important as knowing what your other teammates are trying to do and how they're trying to work together with you.
We were rooting for you, and we realized part of the way through that maybe your teammate 217 kind of got in the break, and is that what happened?
Yeah, we got two men in the breakaway, so we just let him go, and the peloton was gonna fight the sprint. So 2 laps to go, I decided to go, and we got like a minute of the gap, and when I go with 2 laps to go, I cut like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We noticed, we saw you bridging up. You didn't even have anyone on your wheel. Was everyone in the peloton just spent?
Yeah, in the peloton, I just go for the 6th place.
So let me ask you a couple questions. We were rooting for you because we saw you up ahead early on in the break.
Yes.
At that point, what was your strategy? Why were you out there?
Well, it wasn't really a strategy. It was just a last-minute thought. You know, the pace was getting low, and I wanted to keep the momentum going. So I didn't really attack. I just, with the hard pace on the little uphill, I went out to the left. No one went for me. I just kept going. I was like, I'm gonna see how far I could go. And for a while, I was really up in front until the one who won, Jules, came after me. He caught me with 2 others. And I was like, all right, let's get this break going on. And we were working really hard to get it, and so far it worked out.
So we noticed that, so 203 we talked to earlier, Kevin, I guess his name?
Cervantes? Yeah.
Okay, but they were saying that he was kind of like the pre-race favorite of your team, and then so you said it was kind of like a breakaway by coincidence, and then we noticed, I noticed you by yourself, and then the other guys, and then you had another teammate in there with you. I think it's 219.
Yes, Ian. Yeah, there we go. Ian. Yeah.
And then, so was he there kind of like to be support for you when the other guys bridged up, or how did that happen?
Well, since Jules was coming after me, the specialized kid, he was just behind him sitting, and I'm not sure if he wanted to be in the break. I'm pretty sure he wanted to be in the break too, and he just went behind Jules. Jules connected. He also connected Ian, and
it's one of those things, right? Like once one person tries to bridge up, then other people get on the wheel, right?
Yes, I actually thought I was going to get caught by the pack. But
we did too.
Yeah, and I turned around and I see 2 partners of mine in the front, and I gave them a sign as,
slow that pace down.
Yeah, let us go, because I know it was a better chance of me getting a podium in the break than in the pack. So I was like, I'd rather risk myself in the breakaway than try to beat everyone in the pack.
It's pretty exciting. I'm always a fan of the breakaways, and I always root for the breakaways. And when we saw you out there, the first thing I told Dapper Driver here, I was like, he's just stretching out the pace so that so that 203 can win. Yeah. That's what I thought. But that's really cool that, like you said, the pace was slow and you took the opportunity and you went for it. That is a really great ride. You just got 2nd place in one of the biggest local races, and you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, I'm very happy, especially with everyone who's in the top 10 or top 5, were at least all 18, and I'm the only 16-year-old that at least got 2nd,
Excellent. And tell me your name again.
My name's Osvaldo Mora.
Osvaldo, that's right. We hear all these names. We were talking to the team and everything. They're all swimming in my head. So I'll watch the video and I'll remember for next year, so that I can be like, Osvaldo, he's 17 now. Now he's gonna win.
I hope so. Yeah. It's like, at least my teammate, he still got top 5, and I tell him things, and he led me out in the last lap. He told me, he's like, you know what, I'll lead everyone out to keep the momentum going. I was like, okay, thank you.
And Cervantes, your humble leader, he sprinted in the pack to get 6th in the minor places.
He got 6th?
I think that's what he said. He took off from the pack. So
yeah. His plan, they told me in the beginning that his plan was to sit in. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. If I don't feel so good, I'll sit in. But if I feel, in good condition, I'll at least attack once or twice.
So they told us that he was the pre-race favorite. So they're messing with us too. They're trying to mess with everyone so that you can come in and do your thing.
I'm not sure about that, but
I think these guys have more strategy up their sleeves than they're letting on, and that's why they're on the podium.
I mean, it all turned out great. That's the good thing. We got at least one person in the podium, right? In the team. It was like 6 of us or 5 of us in the whole pack. I was like, a breakaway has to happen. I was like, if it doesn't, then it's gonna be.
When you only got 3 or 4 years to be in juniors, a breakaway is gonna happen.
Oh yeah, you know, every race, even the unexpected happens, and there's a breakaway.
Cool. All right. Well, we have second place right here. Congratulations again, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Okay. So next up is the Pro Women's 1, 2, 3. Now that's a lot of categories, a big range. It was basically every female that competed except for the kids was in this race. But it was very interesting because it was, in a way, it was quite different than the juniors race as far as tactics. Everybody kind of wanted that bunch sprint, and we'll see what happened. We'll see if they actually got what they wanted. Give me your names and what your dreams are for today.
Dreams, oh boy. My name is Colleen Gulick, and goal will be to win the women's race. My team is Pickle Juice Pro Cycling, and I do have a teammate who's warming up at the moment, Anita Stenberg from Norway. So the goal for us would just be to kind of sit in, conserve a little bit, and hopefully it'll come down to a field sprint.
Do you kind of like feel like whoever's strongest is gonna try to take the sprint, or are you trying to set each other up? What's the deal with that?
You always try to set up your own teammate, but plans are all well and good until the race starts, so you kind of got to go with the flow.
All right, here we go. We're getting the pre-race instructions. He's telling them to go fast.
Also, we'd like to call up Colin Gulick, Pickle Juice Pro Cycling Team. First at the CRCA Hincapie Classic, first at the Carlos Soto Memorial, first at Roger Milliken, and first at the Longzhou Classic.
Here we go. The only women's race of the day, if you don't count the children. We got some stragglers here on the road.
We're not in this race.
They're not in it, no. The marathon runners decide to...
Choosing women, that's all.
Good point, good point. They're off. Here we go, here comes the first pass. Looks like it's pretty clustered up.
And we're going to get things started with a $100 cash premium from
All right, whoa.
$100 cash premium to the leader of the next lap.
They are moving, people.
Another double premium, saddle and flag for the leaders of the next lap. 5 laps to go, 5 laps to go. That's the walk to go. 12-second lead on the field with 5 to go, 5 to go.
So can I ask you guys, are you rooting for someone here on the sideline?
I'm rooting for my wife.
Who's your wife?
Kate Berno.
Is there someone in green named Colleen?
Colleen Hayduck.
Is she like one of the favorites?
She is.
I spoke to her earlier, and she said that your wife was going down.
Oh, interesting. I can see that, actually.
I'm just kidding.
No, they race together a lot, so they know each other well.
Okay. Yeah. I'm getting aggressive. How's your wife doing from what you see?
She's sitting in. She looks, fairly relaxed. I think, 5 to go. I think the race will start picking up now. So I think maybe the next preem, there might be an aggressive move off the preem. So maybe attack the preem and try and solo. She's not much of a sprinter, so we'll see what happens. I think she would prefer to get off the front. So.
Oh yeah, here we go. Decade!
All right, there
she is. Yeah, girl. 722's out there now. Oh, we got 3 riders off the front. Field 7 seconds behind. 4 laps to go, 4 laps to go.
Mike, was that Colleen pursuing?
No, that was her teammate. I don't know her teammate's name, but that was Colleen's teammate. So.
Isn't that awesome that I just spoke to you and the very next lap she was in the breakaway?
You're getting the story.
Oh, they're slowing down a little bit.
Together with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. They are all together. 2 laps to go.
The Manhattan Beach Grand Prix 56th Annual Pro Women's 1, 2, 3.
Here they come, here they come. Who's going to be the 2017 champion of the
This is it. Oh, it comes to a group sprint.
Number 719, Stenberg. Just across the line.
I heard about you. I spoke to your teammate Colleen before the race.
Okay, yeah?
Yeah. So she said that there was no pre-game plan, that it was going to kind of be like if it was a bunch sprint, you kind of both wanted to maybe take it. So how did you feel about the race? Did you have any strategy ahead of time? What were you thinking?
Well, usually I like to do the sprint, so I wanted to have a bunch sprint. If I could go in a breakaway, I would be there. But it's the sprint that's like my strength, so I was waiting for that, and I felt good today, so I'm happy with the results. No, we wanted to be in the top, both of us. That's the plan. So it's easier if we just do our thing and we pick our wheel. So that's kind of our strategy. Because if we try to do a lead out, we may be like 1 and 6th. So we want to be like 1 and 2 or 1 and 3. So yeah.
Yeah. So you won, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
How did that feel, cross that line?
Oh, it felt so good.
Yeah.
I really wanted to win this race. It's a big race, and I heard so much about it, so I'm really happy that I could pull it off.
So what about Colleen? Where did she finish? I didn't see.
She finished at 4th, so that's also really great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your strategy worked. You got, instead of 1 and 6th, you got 1 and 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a really good day, and we got some preams as well. So it was fantastic.
I saw you said you're from Norway, or maybe Colleen said that. But how does that feel, kind of being in a foreign territory? Maybe you don't know these riders as much, and kind of there's teams that are kind of built up around each other. How does that feel out there?
Well, I just hoping that the other teams is going to do the work, because there are a lot of riders. I hope they will work against each other. So I have to trust them and trust that they will do the work for me. And if I see they don't do it, then I will do my effort. But I'm going to wait and see and hope that they do it for me. No, if I see that it's a breakaway, I'm not going to chase it down before I see it's critical, so I have to do something. It was like one point that I had to go because no one wanted to chase it, so. But I'm not going to take the whole peloton with me. I'm going to go alone, so they have to chase me down anyway.
Right. So, and they know, but you said your specialty is the sprint.
Yeah.
So you're covering the breakaway, I guess, in case they can pull away and get that distance. So do you kind of know the field enough to know like which riders are strong and which ones can get away?
No, I have no idea, but I have the feeling sometimes, sometimes you can feel that they look strong, and then you have to go. So I'm just trusting my feeling, kind of.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the whole day today I'm feeling like people are saying things like that. Like, I felt this was right, or I felt that was right. I was talking to the juniors, same thing. He's like, I was in the front and I just felt the moment, and he ended up winning. So it's very interesting to see like a local race scene and see, when you don't know each other as well.
Yeah, and they didn't pull so hard in the corners either. That surprised me. I was like, really, I wanted to do it hard in the corners, but I didn't make it. Or else it was good, I think.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So the last race of the day, the premier race, of course, is the Pro Men's 1-2. These are the strongest riders of the day. Still kind of a wide range. The Pro, they usually do have the pros and the 1s and 2s together. But, there's obviously a big difference between the top pros and the new people that are transitioning into Category 2. So it was really fast, it was really competitive, it was great to watch. We'll see a lot of tactics, a lot of early on, a lot of moves happening, and we'll see that when we watch the footage. So take a look at the Men's Pro 1-2 coverage, and hope you enjoy it. We're here getting ready for the men's race, Men's Pro 1-2. This guy's drinking water.
3-time winner of the Manhattan Beach Grand Prix. Put your hands together for Rahsan Bahati. All right, never mind.
Not here.
Still a great guy.
I think it is.
A big orange.
Big orange.
They got a lot of cheering fans here, I've noticed. So.
What's the tillage? Is that the big orange?
Big orange. It's all about the big orange here. This guy doesn't care.
I care.
You care, yes. Oh, and they're off! Here they go. This guy's still drinking that Gatorade.
chair to study in. Let's go, Justin!
All right, breakaway group. 6 riders. 10 seconds back. 13 seconds back. Field 20 seconds back from the 6 leaders. 20 seconds back with a half an hour of racing to go. Here comes that lead group of 6. They had 27 seconds on the field last time, 27 seconds last time. Oh, we got a rider in no man's land. Ah, you don't need that. And here comes the field, 21 seconds behind the leaders, 21 seconds behind the leaders. 6-man breakaway up the road with 21 seconds, the gap between.
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Smiles?
Good, how are you doing?
We met earlier, didn't we?
We did, absolutely.
Who's in this race that we're rooting for?
We do have a team. It looks like there's a breakaway that doesn't include us, but we're rooting for a guy named Corey. And, Corey looks like he's good. He's in a 5-man break, and he's a hell of a sprinter. So it looks good for him.
So I also noticed, I'm horrible right now with the teams, kind of getting into the local scene, but I noticed there was a green team that was really pushing the pace, maybe trying to catch the break. Is that your perception as well?
Yeah, that's Silence. If they have a guy in the break, they're probably blocking. If they do not, they're trying to catch it.
Mm-hmm. Let's find out now. I don't think they had anyone in the break. All right, we don't see any green in this break.
They're closing the gap! You guys gotta hit it! Hit it!
Here comes the chase. It's trying to bridge.
Who's your green?
Yeah, see there? Yeah. Oh yeah. You can hear those hard shifts, you know.
Silence, the green guys, have a world national champion, Sharon Smith.
I saw that, the black jersey with the rainbow stripes.
Yes, he's in this race. He already won the 35 plus race. So they're probably working to get him into a mass sprint, in which case he has a very good odds for winning. He's been rolling at the back the whole race. Now I notice he's mid-pack, so he's probably making his way to the front. And hopefully his guys will bring back the break and he'll have a chance to win. Otherwise, it's moot.
That peloton's very motivated right now.
Yes, they are very motivated. There's some really beastly riders out there. This is a strong field.
Yeah. Do we know how many laps we have to go? Is the sign up? 5 to go. All right, maybe I should get a little closer, but thanks. Nice chatting with you.
You too.
Here they come. They're going to see
Let's see.
3 to go. Gap was 20 seconds last time. See if there's any change. Breakaway group of 5. 3 to go. Is 20 seconds last time. Three laps to go, and the gap's down to 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Ivan Dominguez burying himself at the front of the field to bring it back together. He pulled 5 seconds out of that breakaway group. He's only got 3 more laps. That could bring it all together for a big field finish. We'll find out 3 laps from now at the 56th running of the Chevron Manhattan Beach Grand Prix. 15 seconds was the gap. 15 seconds was the gap last time. They got 2 to go. 2 to go. And they got it down to 13 seconds. 2 to go. 13 seconds. 2 to go. 13 seconds. 2 to go. 5-man breakaway. It was 13 seconds last time, 13 seconds. We got 5 riders, 2 from the same team. Oh, they closed it down. It's 11 seconds. Got 84 trying to bridge. And it's going to come down to it. I don't think they're going to catch it. What do I know? I'm just an announcer.
This is it. Oh, we have 1 lap to go. Are we getting excited?
Who's going to walk home with that $1,680 check? It's the big one.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And it's all coming down to this.
Here they come. Here they come.
Let's see, the breakaway stayed away. Did they? Did they?
Oh, was there?
Yes! Completely owned it.
Williams! Clean set of wheels.
Woo!
And the field sprint.
Jeez. Leave him in there. Leave him in there.
Corey Williams. Man was in a different time zone.
How did he get away? That's what I want to know. How did that feel out there?
Hard, very hard.
They were going pretty hard. The green team up front would look like they were pretty intense on catching the breakaway. How did that feel being in that pack?
For most of the race, it wasn't that bad because the draft's really good with so many people. But at the end, it was getting really hectic. People were just attacking left and right, and it was bunching up a lot.
Yeah. Now, did you guys have anybody in the break there?
We didn't. We had our guy go. He was the guy who went the last lap, who went for that late break move, but he didn't make it.
Yeah. That was a surprising stick. That 15 seconds. They just stuck the last 5 or so laps.
Yeah, they had a good composition in a break. Most of the big teams who were doing a lot of work were in that break, so there was nobody left to chase.
Were you one of the guys I saw chasing in the peloton?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. Okay. That was pretty intense. I was actually quite surprised that the break stayed away. What was your feeling about being in the pack and seeing everything go down?
Well, I was fairly confident that it was going to come back, but with about 3 to go, it was just to see how it was going to go. I only had 2 teammates, and we're mostly Masters guys, so our job was not to chase. We're just going to see how it rolled out. And I think we ended up catching 3 of the 6. The 3 stayed off, so kudos to them. They did what they needed to do. So as far as me and my team, we just kind of positioned ourselves for the sprint and then went for what was left, so forth and everything else, right?
And the champion's jersey. Basically, we give them more things in hands. And the check. All right, there's your photo. The 2017 Chevron Manhattan Beach Grand Prix. Complete with alarms.
So that was pretty impressive.
Thank you.
I'm assuming you were one of the 5 or 6 in the breakaway.
Yeah, in the original break.
Now, the thing that's kind of interesting as someone watching from the sidelines is we don't know what happens, and I see a lot of jostling back here. But the last 5 laps or so is pretty steady, and then the last lap or so, something happened. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we were all kind of watching each other coming into the bell lap, and then there was 2 guys from one team that was on there from Premier, and what happened was one of their guys jumps, the other guy sat up, gapped 2 of us, and Corey went to it right away. He reacted right away. So young sprinter legs. He reacted right away, and I just couldn't close it. Gave it 10 seconds to try to close it, couldn't close it, and I had to sit up, start thinking about third.
I don't know. We are like few riders, 5 riders in the last lap, but I'm not a sprinter. I had a teammate, and he pulled with 2 laps to go, and I just tried for passing the finish line because I'm not a sprinter, so I tried for the long distance.
Oh well, I mean, when I made the break, there was 3 guys on the same team, and I
it's kind of like, you know, they might attack me. So I had to save a little bit of energy. I didn't pull as much as they did, and actually took a guy off the back and dropped one of them. So going into the last lap, I knew one of the guys were going to go off the front, and I just had to follow. I kind of like it, man. I think it's a better sprint, being that you don't have to be into that last corner first or second, and it was really dangerous that way. So I really like the next direction.
Well, because what we were talking about is, I want your perspective on it, because basically we saw the 5-6-man break for about the last 5 or 6 laps. It looked pretty solid. Everybody was together. And then all we see is just the next thing, you're just coming around with your arms up.
Yeah.
So can you kind of just fill in the gaps a little bit about how that happened?
Yeah, going into the last lap, the 2 Premier Bank guys one guy tried to get on the teammate wheel, and once he went through the corner, he attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And he went pretty hard. I didn't get on right away, but I mean, he established the gap, and I got on his wheel, and it was only us 2. So when we came around, I just waited for 200 meters to go, and I jumped, and he didn't have anything left because he left it all out on the course.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
That's exactly what I heard from the other 2 guys. So congratulations on the strong sprint. That must have been some power there.
Oh, man, you know, I had to win. I had my whole family out here, so it's great, man.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
I'll subscribe, man.
Oh, excellent. I always tell people, too, just play some videos, turn it on mute, and just put it on in the background.
Yeah. You know? Thanks, man.
Thank you. In case you're wondering who the man is behind the microphone, this is the excellent announcer I've heard from. Here, let me. What's your name, sir?
Alfred Nash.
Alfred Nash, you're doing a great job. I really enjoy it from far. I get to know like how far the split is and all this stuff, and it's been a very exciting day, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it has. Been some great racing today.
So next up is the kids races. The thing that I found most fascinating about the kids races is it was truly a situation where everyone was a winner. Now, this is something I don't want to get too into, but you know, you'll see that as I interview some of the youngsters, they are really intelligent, really bright kids, but the emphasis is not really on the competition, which I guess is a good thing. But at the same time, I found myself wondering if that's why American bicycle racing is kind of in the state that it is, where we don't really have the same drive for people to excel as we do in other sports. When people that are young get into other sports, a lot of times the parents are really kind of into pushing them, and I didn't find that until we got more to the juniors level. We'll see that race too, but as far as the kids race, it was just kind of fun, but there was some funny stuff that happened, and we're going to take a look at that now.
I might race, I don't know.
In that one they're getting ready for across the street? Yeah. What age group are you in?
I'm 9. 9 to...
Are you thinking in a couple of years you'll want to do the juniors, the 15 to 18?
Yeah, I think I'll do that when I get a better bike and all that stuff.
Yeah. How do you get ready for that? As you said, you're 11?
No, I said I'm 9.
9. As a 9-year-old, like what do you do? Do you kind of chill and like take it easy for a few years, or do you train hard? What do you do?
I take it easy. Because you don't. When I'm 15, maybe when I'm 14, I'll practice and all that stuff. But I'm 9 right now, so I don't need practice. 5 years.
Do you guys have any favorites in the race? Who's your favorite? Who are you cheering for?
The little kid with the Ninja Turtle helmet.
Is that a team, the Ninja Turtle team? How many? They have 4 turtles, right? That's how many people.
So. I only saw one kid though.
Okay, it must be Donatello. He's the professional bike rider. Here we go. It's between a fairy and a turtle. 50 meters to go. Some dirty play there at the end. I don't know. There might be a disqualification there. I saw some tactics that did not look clean. Did you notice that break in the line at the end there?
I did. It might have been illegal.
You sizing up the competition here. What did you think about that sprint finish?
It was pretty good. They were working. They got a breakaway. They were working together, and then at the very end, he took off. He's gone.
Are you far enough down to where you missed the dirty play over there, where he cut the other kid off?
Yeah, I actually missed that. I was coming down the hill, switching sides, and I came right here to see the finish, and that was it.
I think there was some questionable play there. We'll have to see what the judges decide. Definitely didn't keep his line.
Yeah, we got to watch the replay on that one. But yo, that's cycling. You know, you never know.
What did you think about the 9-year-old that broke his line and kind of bumped into the other one?
I found that very questionable.
I agree. I'll let you get back to your job here, but thank you. Before we get to your own race, how did you feel about the 9-year-old boys and that one of them, I guess, cut the other one's line? Do you feel like a DQ is in order? How do you feel about that?
No, I think they're doing great. They're having fun.
Okay, you're more forgiving than me. I think there's some dirty play. How do you feel about that
I
move?
think the parents are going to sort it out between them.
Oh, it's going to be so close, so close. Oh,
They won. It's like they won.
and here comes the next one. Oh!
So at what age do they start calling them losers? Oh, these guys are moving.
Yeah, big fight.
I can hear the tin rattling. It's awesome.
All right, so that was it for the Manhattan Beach Grand Prix. It was a great day. You can see each race kind of had its own personality. Each race had its own tactics. And so it was very interesting to watch. It was very interesting to see how each race went. The only ones I didn't really cover were the Masters races. Honestly, there was a lot of stuff happening during the day. I just didn't have time to cover everything. So next year, I'm definitely going to hit those up. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a lot. There's a lot of techniques laced in here. And let me know what you think of this video if you want to see more of this. If you want to see more interviews with the racers. If you want to see more discussions of tactics. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching.